All right, welcome back to the channel this morning. Drew Titan in the building. What's going on with you, sir?
Life's been good to me.
It's good.
Very
I have a
good.
new name for you, dog.
What's that?
You're not gonna like it. Officer Drew. Officer
Oh.
Druth. I'm gonna call your ass Officer Druth. I'm gonna call your ass Officer Druth, dog, because you don't think you intimidated that boy, dog. That sounds like an That sounded like an interrogation, Officer Druth.
Let's keep the faith. Let's keep the faith. And we're all friendly over here. You know, I just look to have conversations. I look to have discussions. You know, I look to have a better understanding, because if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong and strong. You understand?
No, I don't. I don't understand what that means, man. What does it mean?
Being wrong and strong is, for example, your shirt is gray.
Oh yeah, that shit's wrong as a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, the door behind you is white. All right, the door behind you is white. Now, you'll argue me up and down. You arguing me up and down. It's not white. It's not white. It's not white. Well, what color is it? It's cream. So we go to Home Depot, and we find the person that sold you the paint. He picks up the can and says, "This is what I sold you, Fannon." And what does it say? White. And instead of you admitting that it's white and I was right, you're saying, no. This guy's wrong. You're wrong. It's cream. I know. I've been around longer than both of you guys. You're 25. You're 45. I'm 51. I know what I'm talking about. You're wrong and strong. You're going down with the sinking ship. All right? I'm not like that. I'm not like that. If I'm mistaken, because I love being educated. I like surrounding myself around people of like mind. And we can agree to disagree on something that's reasonable. Okay? I think Errol Spence will beat Bud in a close fight. A close fight. I don't think Errol washes Bud, but I think he beats him in a close fight. There are people that think Bud beats Errol. I think Kurt Sugar says Bud beats Errol in a close fight. That's absolutely fine. That is debatable, because why? The men haven't fought yet. We don't know if they're going to fight, but the men haven't fought yet, and that's reasonable. But if Errol walks in there and Bud washes him, knocks him out in 8 rounds, and it was a complete shutout, and after the fight, I'm like, nah, that left hand ain't land. He tripped and hit his head on the mat. That's not what we saw. Unless there's like some sort of glove manipulation, but that's another. I'm just adding shit right now. I'm just being a dick. But yeah. All right. Bottom line.
Excuse me, man. Can I make a correction?
Sure.
Or a point? Dicks actually exist. Everyone has one that's male. That's how you know if somebody's a man. So that's okay. As long as you're not making up some shit. Like saying you got 4 dicks. Some shit like that. As long as you're telling the truth, dog, you're not being a dick. You're being honest. People may take that shit that way.
Or
go ahead, man. That's just how I take it with you.
Or if you're in the middle of a sex change and you still want to box as a female under the banner of the WBC, if you want to go there, that was wrong and strong. You know.
Oh, that's a great example of wrong and strong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, man, that's a great term, dude. So would you say that maybe people that said Errol Spence Jr. wasn't going to be able to be the same after he had that horrendous car accident, and yet as soon as he turns around and beats Errol Spence Jr., they act like he doesn't deserve Fighter of the Year and just forget about it and don't say nothing about it? Is that being wrong and strong? Not admitting to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a perfect example of being wrong and strong. He's never going to be the same. We've heard Bob Arum said that he had inside information given to him. Errol will never be the same again. He's not coming back. Then he gets his teeth hits the gym. He's not coming back. He needs a warm up. He says, "No, I was scheduled to fight Danny. I'm going to fight Danny. He's not going to win. He won't be the same." We never seen Danny get dominated like that. That's what it was. And instead of admitting that Errol is every bit the fighter that he is or was before he even left, actually, I believe he's better than when he left because he's more focused now. Instead of admitting that, y'all guys want to start discrediting Danny Garcia. Wrong and strong. You're going down with the sinking ship. I'm not built like that.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
You're keep being wrong and strong. Would you apply that to maybe, was that the situation back when Deontay Wilder, they said nobody knew Deontay Wilder and that he had never fought anybody and he couldn't make any money and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that another case of wrong and strong? But real quick, Alma, Fannon, keep it 100 boxing facts. Thank you so much. Much love in that super chat. Robert Singleton in that super chat says, salute to the OGs, Fannon and Drew Titan. My man, thank you 100. My man, 100 grand. And I do believe that's it. So go ahead, man. What were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, we can go through it with Deontay Wilder. He couldn't sell no seats. I remember that. He has no fans. I remember that. He's never made past $2 million. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows him.
You could walk down Times Square and nobody knew him.
Nobody knows him, you know. He couldn't sell out Alabama. I remember that. He needs to take the $12 million. He said, I'm gonna take the $12 million. I remember that. I remember he couldn't the $50 million. He don't have $50 million. As if Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman don't have $50 million laying around. All right. I remember that. Then AJ saying, let's go, let's roll. I remember that. Then Eddie Hearn saying, we don't know if Wembley or the O2 will be available. Was it O2? I think it was O2. I don't know if it'll be available. Then Deontay said, you know, F it, it's 50-50 because he was done dealing with their nonsense. I remember that. And then as soon as he said that, they signed to fight Alexander Povetkin. I remember that. I'm jumping around. There was a lot of shit in between there.
So yeah, it applies. You're thinking of all kind of examples of where
wrong and strong, no matter what he did. And at the end of the day, all they could say is his skinny legs. Jesus Christ, you guys reach for the stars. You guys are losers, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Mo.
It was Wembley,
Drew.
Yep, it was Wembley.
All right, hey, so yeah, man, wrong and strong, dog. There, you know, I feel you. It seems like pretty consistent thing, man. Almost, man, where you like, I don't know. The things that get me, man, are things like the Teofimo Lopez, man. Did you notice how, or in my opinion, it looked like people were really offended at the idea that Teofimo Lopez is not the biggest star at 135 pounds. And then he has to actually fight. And that, see, I'm being tainted. I mean, that was very loaded. It's hard for me not to load statements sometimes because it's just such horse shit. The idea that Teofimo Lopez is, I think, what did he call himself? The king of boxing.
Whoa.
If Teofimo Lopez said he and Tyson Fury are the kings of boxing. Now, let me ask you a question, people. If you know anything about me, I take things very literally. If you read anything that I say, take it literally. And if you ask me, I will say if it wasn't literal, it should be pretty obvious. Like I talk about your mother. Like when you talk about my teeth and I say, hey, man, it's like that because you remember the joke? That's not to be taken literally. You know what I mean? And I explained that later when I talked about the trash bags. That's not to be taken literally. But some things, dog, when you win Fighter of the Year and you don't deserve it, and let me explain why I say I don't think he deserves it. Number one, I've been saying consistently, under a lot of heat on this channel for a lot of years, for several years rather, that Lomachenko's a hype job, that you guys are hyping. The same people, literally the same people that were hyping Vasily Lomachenko are now hyping Teofimo Lopez, and there's something wrong with me. I said Teofimo Lopez was going to beat him because Vasily Lomachenko has a pattern, and I've seen the pattern, and other fighters can see the pattern because everybody can see the pattern. Floyd Mayweather Jr. called him an amateur. What did he say about him? An amateur or some shit? Or he was robotic? He's robotic.
He was robotic. I do remember
He was
that.
robotic. That's what Floyd said, robotic. Now, what are robots? What do robots do? Now, did you intend for him to mean that literally? He's literally a robot? No. He says, dude, I see what you're doing. You're doing the same thing over and over again to people that can't deal with it.
Yep.
As soon as somebody does something different to you and gives you something you can't deal with, you're going to lose. Which is what happened to Orlando Salido. But y'all acted like he didn't lose to him. Where was fucking Fighter of the Year for Orlando Salido? He beat the guy in his prime. Not when he's 30, 30-something, with eyes that bleed look like paper mache. Get the fuck out of here, man, with all that cornball shit, man. Teofimo, tell the truth. The truth, that ain't fucking trolling. See, it comes off like trolling because of the intensity and the pointedness of it. Because when you troll me, it's pointed. Yes, you are definitely trolling me. But what you're saying is not true because you didn't even look at the videos half of the time. People, yep. I do 10-minute videos for a reason, and you always fall for it. I say my argument over 10 minutes. You don't know what it is unless you listen to it. You can't tell me what a movie's about if you don't watch the movie. You dummies are out there looking at the title of a movie and arguing about, oh, Spider-Man the Avenger, what a great movie. Did you watch it? No. How do you know? I read the title. And I listened to what people told me about the movie. That's what you do every time. You do it every time because you are a bot that does not actually have time to read. Bots don't read. That's how I know you're a bot, because you don't read. Somebody that has an issue with me would tell me. I used to do this shit with people just so I could catch them. I don't do it as much anymore. Sometimes I would just be in the middle of a video, dog.
You're on mute.
Good?
Yep.
I would stop in the middle of the video. Say it's like, because I used to do 20-minute videos. 25-minute videos. And I, in the middle of the video, would do this little trick. Because I knew you bitches wasn't listening. I would say orange, yellow, green. And about somewhere in the middle of that motherfucker, I would be like, yellow, orange, green. And then I would say, hey, dog, what did I say in the middle of the video? What colors did I say? What? Exactly. Shut the fuck up and get out of my face. You bots don't listen. Bots don't read. Bots just do what the bot guy tells them to do. So you know that's why I throw you out. You think I'm throwing your bitch asses out, not because you are not fighters or anything like that. I'm talking about the bots. You know why I throw y'all out? Whenever you say some shit where I obviously know you don't know nothing about boxing, it's because you're a bot. The fuck out of here. Who the fuck would think some stupid shit like that after we just talked about this shit for a fucking week? Get the fuck out of my chat. Get the fuck out of my life. You're not real. You're just somebody with another account, another name. And that's the other one. You come in, you can't come out. You sound the exact same. Even though the name changes, even the structure of the name is the same. The structure of the name is the same. The structure of the sentences are the same. If you're white, you will put an inappropriate word. You'll put inappropriate words and blatant black pictures if you're white. Like, dude, why would there be a young 21-year-old black man smiling like this?
Of course.
On my fucking picture. What the fuck? Who the fuck does that? That nigga look like a model. Get the fuck out of my face. Stop, dog. We don't buy that shit, dude. We've been doing this shit for years. Everybody that is in this chat that we know. Okay? We know. You may see 7,000. Dog. They're the same 7,000 people, 10, 15,000 people that have been watching for a long time, and the same people comment. That's why people go on that shit, dude, because you guys aren't real. You're not real. You think you're behind some fucking mask, some fucking curtain or some shit like the Wizard of fucking Oz. You're not. You're standing butt naked in the street just like every fucking body else. Stop pretending. Just make the good fights. And definitely don't troll me if you don't listen. Because every time you troll me and you didn't listen, you are doing that in front of thousands of people that actually listened. And they will tell you, or they won't tell you, you sound like a fool. Most of them won't even tell you. But they just tell somebody else to come watch me. And you don't get it. You think you're hiding. You are not. Just because you have a camera and this boo-boo the fucking idiot is out there disrespecting people doesn't mean we don't know who's behind the fucking camera, man. We know you're here. You're not hiding. Everybody knows. There was somebody whose name shall not be mentioned that sent me a note, man. And I was like, dog, first of all, thank you for calling me because you've called me before. And I have done exactly what you've asked me before. So it's nice to know that you know I'm reasonable. There are people with reputations you would not believe that know I'm a reasonable person. You all say biased. I say reasonable. I am very, very reasonable. If I'm wrong, I will correct it immediately. And I will accept the chastisement like I have done on multiple occasions. If you have not listened to me, I will know it immediately. Mm-hmm. I will know it immediately. Because I put things there. So if you didn't listen, you won't have them. And you will fall on your fucking face flat on the floor. Like the fact that my people are Cuban. Which I've said for years. And I've told people for years why I don't claim that. Because I'm black. And I think the whole thing is stupid. I think I'm black. And I think half of the Puerto Ricans are black. And I just can't offend people. I don't want to offend you by saying I think we're the same people. I don't want to offend you, but hey, dog, for real. All I got to do is speak Spanish, dog. I mean, man, my brother and sister speak Spanish. My mama's first language was Spanish before her daddy died. You know what I mean? Like, whole family in Miami bouncing. All they do is speak Spanish, dog. I get you. I get you, bro. I can hide too. My family hides too. That's what I call it. I call it hiding. I will speak Spanish. Tell you my name is Martin, because that's my name. Martin. It's my fucking name. My aunt Juanita picked my name Martin. So fucking suck a dick, okay, on that bullshit about Latinos. But you wouldn't fucking know that if you don't listen, if you wouldn't have listened. I'm not a tabloid, bro. Say no tabloid here, homie. This is raw and cut shit right here, homie. It's the real. It's the real. Cut to the bone with logic. I cut it to the bone, man. To the bone. To the syllogism. Why you don't speak Spanish, bro? Because my mama's daddy died. And she didn't learn how to speak Spanish the whole way. So she only knows a little. She knows a little Greek, a little Spanish, a little some little shit. But because she looks like a white woman, she don't claim that shit. She's like, my people are black. That's who I am. So fuck all that dumb shit you talking. And my green-eyed auntie Juanita, excuse me, you know, little Juan, one named after my Uncle Juan, my granduncle Juan. It's like, fuck up out of here, dog. I can roll an R, but dog, it's fuck, man. I'm black. Fuck that, nigga. I would get my ass whooped in Chicago if I ever said that shit. Do you know how many times niggas thought I was a fucking Latin king? Fuck out of here, nigga. Do you know what it is to walk around a bunch of yellow niggas with pearls all down their fucking head through the west side of Chicago and niggas don't even know if you black? They will fuck you up. So no, I ain't about to be, hey, cabrara. No. You know why? That's why I don't wear frat clothes. You don't even see Noop on me. I don't even wear Noop because if I'm in a fight, I don't want Noop on me. I don't want my red and gold and all. I don't want all that shit on me when niggas is throwing. I want to be able to walk around. I don't want no fucking boom, boom, boom on me. Like you guys walking around with this Givenchy, Givenchy. I understand you the first nigga motherfuckers is looking to bop. If some shit breaks down, you dummies don't think I've ever been in a fight. I've been in a bunch of gang fights. Big ones. Okay? Big ones. With weapons. You fucking bugging, dog. That's like, you guys think the only people that fight are black people in the hood? You don't think that's just, the whole hood is black people. That's why people tell you, dog, don't sag your pants. Don't do this, don't do that. Mm-hmm. Don't do this, don't do that. Because you don't want to be seen. Why do you want to have your pants sagging and your hair down your back and all that on you and hoodies? I don't understand it. Because I love the clothes. I wear them in my house. I do all that. But if I'm going somewhere where somebody will shoot me with that shit on, trust me, this shit is going to be like this. Because they ain't going to be like, yeah. Yeah, that's why yellow niggas act like that. They get really wild. Because it's like, nah, dude, you not just going to run up on me because you think I'm too yellow. No. You know what I'm saying? No. Don't do that, man. I just don't get it, dog. I'm sitting there looking at these kids. I mean, for real. Like, seriously. Seriously. The people that I know, my cousins, the niggas from the Midwest, if not me, them, dude, please don't go around them niggas with no diamonds like that. Please. Because they can count. Like a motherfucker, dude. Them niggas in Wichita, they can count, dog. No. So I ain't of the hood, but I'm from the hood. My people, but that's just what it is. That's being black in America. Everybody knows all of these things are true. Are they not true, Drew?
Very.
If you confuse me for a Puerto Rican in the wrong neighborhood, because I'm running around speaking Spanish and wearing espadrilles.
Yeah, it gets complicated.
Damn right it gets complicated.
It gets very, very complicated. It's like damn, I really didn't want to go here. But all right, for example, like, because you know you're always learning. Years ago I worked at Kmart years ago, and there was a guy had a manager there. And he just put the fuck to EEO issues. We was in the lunchroom one day, and he just went off on this tangent. I noticed every time there was some young cats, I would hang around these young cats, blacks and Puerto Ricans or whatever, and he'd be quiet, right? And he'd come in and they would just like look at him or whatever, and they just up and leave. So one day I'm just sitting there and I have my headsets in and I'm just bobbing my head, and I just see him talking to one of the other managers. Now, whole time I thought he was a white guy. Turns out he was from Spain, right? And I guess he just didn't give a fuck that day. I don't know what happened, but he was talking so reckless about the young Puerto Rican cats that were my age, and the couple of Dominican cats that were my age, and the Mexicans that were like doing maintenance around a building and shit like that. He referred to them. And I'll never forget this. I don't know what they did or what happened. Well, I found out later, but he held his hand like this and was like, "They all pissed. They are all pissed. They all pissed." And I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with him?" And he starts going off about how Spain is where it started, and my people just littered the world, and we tainted our blood, and that's why they speak our language, but they're the bastard kids of my country. And
you talking about
I was listening. Spain? Yeah, and and he was blonde hair, blue eyed, and I never knew what his ethnicity was, and he was actually speaking Spanish to this lady, and I had my headsets on, and I was acting like I wasn't listening, but I'm like, my heart started racing. Like, yo. First of all, I didn't know he was Spanish. Second of all, I didn't know it was that fucking serious. So, of course, I went to my buddies and I told them, I said, yo, dude's in there talking reckless about Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. And they was like, yeah, fuck that dude, man. I know he racist, man. He can't stand us. And, that's why we don't fuck with him. And And there was like a Latino thing going on in there, like right under the radar. I didn't know anything about it. But I stayed away from him because I said, damn, he talking about them like that. I can only imagine what he say about black people when I'm not around.
Bro, do not confuse the language for the color. See, with that, let me tell you, this is my personal opinion of what goes on for political purposes. For political purposes, there's a group called Latinos, right? And they say that's the growing voting bloc. But dude, that's a language. That's not a people. So when you were talking about somebody, somebody that is a Jewish man who was raised in Mexico, right, in a Jewish family, or that is somebody, that Jewish man, and that's definitely no respect to Jewish people, will speak Spanish, just like the Polish Jewish people speak English. It's just a language. That's all it is. So it's a way to make it seem as like there's a group of people that are really a bunch of different groups of people. And that's no different than it is in Black America, right? Where we have different groups of people. That's what I tried to explain to you guys yesterday. What the people think the boule is. Like the boule is that's not real. The boule is not real. What you're talking about is mixed people. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about the class in between, the people that were designed to be the higher class than the base African. That's what you're talking about. And what we're talking about between anybody is that. Anybody. If so, when you see Guillermo Rigondeaux, because of his blackness, there's no doubt in the American's mind that he is a black man. That's why no one ever, I just say Rigondeaux. But see, here's the thing. You got to understand them dog whistles. See, my personal opinion is that because if I'll use black people as an example, my personal issues and interests are significantly different than many black people's interests and troubles are, right? Number one, I'm highly educated. Number two, I'm highly connected. Number three, I have money, right? I have a wife that's employed. Those are my problems. My problems are, how can I continue to keep my money that I'm earning and expand it and educate those are not the problems a lot of other people have. Their problems are things like, how do I keep my lights on? How do I get health insurance? I gotta go to the fucking dentist. See, for me, I have to remind myself, man, take your ass to the dentist. They have to be like, fuck, how can I get to the dentist? Right? So, see, that's why I would, but I learned not to do that anymore. Because I would always say, you know what? You remember I used to give $100 super chats, $200 super chats and shit like that?
Yeah.
That's because I thought that $100 to me is not the same $100 that it is to that creator. See, to me, $100 is just not a lot of money. You know what I mean? I literally would give somebody $100 and not think about that shit. Like, I don't even want to get it back. Some people, $100, they will search you down and go find you over $100. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's even though we are of the same race, we are of two different circumstances. Yep. So we are different people being put into this bubble called black. So when I say that I am black, I am acknowledging that I am in this bubble with you. And that this circumstance for me may change at any moment. I may be in a situation where I don't have money. Where will I be? If I'm in a situation where I cannot work, where will I go? Your concern for me is my what if. Mine is with you, I aspire to be that financially, but you don't understand that you will never leave your blackness. And that is something I learned from the inside out, because I had money before I realized I was black. I've never wanted anything. So how could I ever associate my suffering with the fact that I did not have money? I'm wearing platinum, nigga. What? For real, for real. Because, nigga, I'm not flashing it. This is my bond with my wife. But that's what people see symbols. No, I just like the diamond, and it's got pyramids. It's witchy as fuck. Like, this shit is so witchy, you niggas don't even understand how witchy that shit is too. Like, y'all don't even understand the power of diamonds. Like, all that shit, dog, I'm trying to tell y'all, you don't need to fuck with that shit until you understand it. But that ain't my business. But do you see what I'm saying? So as far as the Latino thing goes, just slash Spanish on top of that. Just slap Spanish on top of it. Yeah, because they just slapped English on top of us. Slap Spanish on it. As soon as I started studying Spanish, and I'll learn it, it's not a big deal. I already basically understand it, but not like it feels like I'm lying. Seriously, when you speak a different language, your whole fucking voice changes. It's weird. My dog reacted differently to me. I was like, seriously, because I'm usually like, Zeus, come here. And then I was like, how do you say this shit? Bien perro. Bien perro, Zeus. Bien perro, Zeus. He reacts way better to bien perro, Zeus to come here, Zeus. And you know, it's wild because I'm from Chicago. And when we move, el perro, el perro, the dog, mi perro Zeus. Bien aquí. Yeah, bien aquí, mi perro, mi amor. Oh man, that shit sounds so much fucking better. Then get your ass over here, dog. Like, when we first came around Chicago, this is what Chicago people sounded like. How far is it to the car? Like, How far is it to the car? Hey, Maud, come on to the house. Man, that shit was be ringing my motherfucking ears so hard. Saying like, ooh, ow. But the softer black, like black talk is more soft, man. Like it's better. Like, because you just roll shit. Like when you talk as a black person, you just roll shit and it just kind of comes. Like your tongue ain't doing extra shit. You just relaxing, you're talking, and it's just kind of flowing like it is something that you're doing naturally. See, black people in America speak naturally. Hey, man, me and you, where we going? We going here and there. We doing this and that, right? But that, you know why? Because it makes sense, and it's logical, and it's natural. The only reason that you say he and I and not me and him is because your teacher told you not to. So that when they read what they tell you to write, they understand what you're saying. See, they don't like motherfuckers to be saying shit they don't understand, dog. So when y'all start banging that, like I banged that dude with this, y'all didn't know that. Did y'all see me bang that dude like that? Y'all didn't see that. Like I've been banging noobs like, dude, it's for real. I've been banging motherfuckers like all day. And they don't even know. See, you don't even know. That's why I think it's highly intelligent. Highly intelligent and highly regional. And so when you think, oh, Deontay Wilder cannot speak English. No, nigga, we don't say Wilder. Like, you don't even pronounce your fucking W's.
Oh, my
People be
God.
like, Wilder. Go ahead, man. What, Drew? I'm cooking. I'm spinning. My mind is on some other shit.
Man, if we'd have lost the war, we'd have all been talking like that. I think I'd have committed suicide at 10.
With what?
I had a British accent.
Dude, but theirs is better too, though. Have you ever heard Frampton speak? Not what's his name? Yeah, Carl Frampton. Dude, Carl Frampton is ghetto as shit. I don't care what they say, dog. That I don't know. Whatever that is, that there is ghetto.
There's a ghetto lingo over there. I heard it. There's a ghetto lingo over there. I heard it, and you won't understand a fucking word.
That shit's ghetto, dog.
My brother was in London somewhere years ago. And oh my God, he's a fucking fool. He said, we stopped and asked this guy for directions. He said it was.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, because this dude is right here. No, we don't have a natural connection to nature, dude. I'll answer that, but I want to talk about that. Go ahead, man. He said, we asked this fella for directions. He said it was the biggest mistake he ever made in his life. I said, why? He said, this dude answered us, right? And we didn't understand a fucking word he said. And he said, wait, hold on. He said, I'm sorry, sir. We're American. We don't speak English. That's funny, but it's true.
I was like, what? He said, yo, I understand a fucking word he said. All he understood was the clock. Like, what? He said, yo, it's bad. I don't know where the fuck. He said, you don't want to fuck around. He said, there's hoods everywhere. Don't get it fucked up. He said, we was walking and the hood turned shady.
Hey, for real. You want to know how fucking hardcore them dudes are, man? Like, look, man, for real. I grew up around white people. Let me give white people their respect, okay? I got to give white people their respect, for real. Y'all ain't going to like this, but I'm going to give white people some fucking respect here, okay? Because me had this argument, dog, me and Junior the Truth, right? Junior the Truth said, because I said that Canelo was great. He's a great fighter. And Junior the Truth was like, nah, it's not a great fighter. And I was like, nah, dude, the great means big. Just means big. Doesn't mean I love you. You're the best ever. Oh, you're great. No, big means, dude, you got a great big head, nigga. That shit is, you know what I'm saying? You got a great big head. So, I probably shouldn't say it, dog. Go ahead, I'll leave it alone. I ain't gonna do that.
All right, cool. Never mind. You ever spoke to somebody?
Man, I'll give it to him. No, I'll give it to him. Let me do it. Let me do it. This is very hard to pull off, dog. If you don't try this at home. Do not try this shit at home, dog, because this is hard. All right, I grew up around all people that would call themselves white, but they never called themselves white when they were around me. They all called themselves what they actually were. They would call themselves Polish. They would call themselves Serbian. They would call themselves Jewish. The Jewish never called themselves Jewish. The Jewish just were like tried not to get fucked with, pretty much. Because all them other dudes, they was going to fuck them up whenever they had an opportunity. Because where I grew up was in the far western suburbs from Chicago, where like all of like the Cicero people moved and all of like the west side, you know, like the Bensonhurst people moved. They moved into the suburbs in the early 1980s, right? So the first white flight. So after white flight happened, because black folk got elected, you know, mayor and all that shit, or became, you know, all that. That's the only place that's where we lived. So it was a lot of Italians, but the whole neighborhoods where there were Italian, Polish, in Chicago, the neighborhoods were kind of separate. When everything broke up, they went to the same place in Chicago, which is like by Oak Brook, Illinois. The black folk that I was close to in Chicago was Maywood. But I was still like 15, 20 minutes west of Maywood, driving 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away from the closest black people. So this is a respect I'm going to tell you for real, man. People think they just are not. Nah, dude. They are raised that way, number one. Okay? Because that shit comes from, I think, from their own internal shit that they have with each other. So I was like, when these kids called me nigga, they telling you, they use the word nigga like they use the word Polish. Like, oh, he's Polish. Because this is what they refer to himself. They'd be like, he's a kike. He's a wop. He's a Pole. Oh my God, the Polish. Woo, they talk so fucking bad about the Polish, dog.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's why I don't, dudes, like whenever this Polish, like Kwanakis and them dudes, I'd be like, man, they used to get that business. Like when Andre the Giant is Polish, right? And he was going off, like this one guy told a story about Andre the Giant and how Andre the Giant started using the N-word. Like
I know that story.
Yeah. See, I don't think people understood, like the people that I knew, they could call you a nigga and not be insulting you. Really. Because they're calling you it like they're calling somebody a Pole. But see, here's the thing. They're not from the United States. They're all immigrants. Yep. So they're different. Paulie's different. Paulie's not, I don't want to say this bad. The Americans call themselves like mutts. They call themselves mutts. Like, nah, man, I'm not Irish. I'm just an American mutt. And see, what there is a lot of stress between groups of Europeans, the ones that consider themselves mutts, which are the ones that were here when we were here, when we got here, right? And whose names are things like, have you ever noticed in America, you very rarely run into a Walsh that is white. You very rarely run into a Davis, a Jackson, a Smith. Smiths are probably a little more, but even Smith is a little bit funny. Definitely not no Franklins, right? They're all black folk. Why is that? Why aren't there more Europeans with those names? Because most Europeans that are here came through Ellis Island. And when they tried to replace the Negro in the South into slavery, they replaced them with the immigrants. So there's always been a beef in the United States, between people, first of all, the people who were here before, and we don't even talk about that's all legendary Top Cats. So just think about legendary Top Cats with that. And listen to what he has to say, because he's talking about the fact that there were people here beforehand, and everybody's now lumped into black. And he's telling the truth, because that's what it is. They divide people, put them into this and this. But anyway, as far as the European and America, there are significant differences between them, and it's very difficult for black people to recognize them. If you are not educated with them, if you've not been raised with them, if you've not had friends with them, married with them, worked with them, you wouldn't know that somebody like the Snow Queen, why Snow Queen and Vasily Lomachenko could be cool. And you may think that Vasily Lomachenko is just like Paulie Malignaggi. And no, those are the hardcorest motherfuckers on the planet. And here's another thing too. There's a reason why they box. Okay? Because if they weren't boxing, they would be stabbing you. Fucking well, better believe it. Them motherfuckers love to fight. In all respect and love, They loved to fight. We fought all the damn time. They fought all the time. We fought all the time. I wasn't the only one fighting. I just had to fight everybody. But they was all fighting each other too. Wasn't nothing to be walking down the street and seeing an Italian dude and the Polish being like, man, you fucking wop, bop, 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 bop. Man, there was nothing to see that, dude. That was how it is. But see, the thing is, with the people, black people I went to church with, they only lived around, they didn't live in that type of community. They lived on like in all black communities where the only only non-black people you see are people from the, government officials. You'll see government officials. You'll see store owners. You may see a girlfriend here or there. But other than that, they looking at you like, what you even doing in this zone? Right? So you don't ever get a chance to really know them. There is a segregation communication issue that does take place. They're very scared. This is my experience, is that they are very afraid of black people. And the darker the guy, the bigger the man, the more scary they are. And their fear expresses in different ways, at least the people that I was around. Right? In women, they get attracted. You know what I'm saying? They get attracted. And men do not like that they get attracted because the men can tell that the women get attracted. So like me, dude, there were girls that liked me from jump, but I was like, oh no, these niggas gonna try to kill me. Like, you think I'm about to try to fuck this nigga's sister? Hell no. I could not imagine what would have happened, dog, if I had tried. I'm just gonna make up an Italian name. I didn't want to tell you. I can't even walk on these niggas' yard. I can't even walk in their block. I mean, I can walk on their block, but I can't put my foot on their grass. You think they're going to be happy with the fact that their daughter likes me? Man, get up out of here, man. You'll be swinging from a fucking tree.
Yep.
And they're policemen. They're policemen.
Yep.
Dude, these guys were captains, policemen, captains of police department. They're captains of police captains, detectives. We had sheet metal workers. What did other guys' dads do? But just, working class people, dude. You don't, man. So when all that shit happened yesterday, I was like, dog, for real, what y'all thought was going to happen? Let me tell you what they would have. Let me tell you what would happen. This is my personal opinion. Personal opinion. What would happen whenever you get too pro-black around in the wrong, when you're the only one there? Dog, trust me. I had friends that were cool. We were cool until people came around. Soon as the motherfuckers came around, it was a fight. Fuck that dude. I don't even know him. Who you talking about? I don't know that motherfucker. He lived right next door to you. Dude, for real. There was a friend I had, and this was our entire friendship. This is fucked up. But it's the truth. It's the truth, because I didn't grow up around any black people. So you have to be around people. It's just what it is. So we're walking. He lives between me and school, right? I actually protect the dude because he's a little runt from Eastern. He's a little itty bitty runt from, what is he? Oh, Armenian. He's Armenian. His family's Armenian. Little ass Armenian dude. Real cool. Whenever there wasn't nobody around. Whenever there wasn't nobody around. But when I would pass his house, dude, this cat would be like, look, man, I got to go, man. You got to walk the other way. You got to walk the other way. Because if my brother sees me talking to you, dude, I'm going to be grounded for a month. See, that's the type of internal pressure that you don't know these people are under in their own homes. And that's how they're raised. So you can't tell me that this shit is just going to dis-a-fucking-peer with a president. It's not. Because the same man that was not allowed to talk to me in public has children and is only 51. And I do believe the dude's family is in the police. So it's like, the fuck you guys talking to me? It's racism. Just like in Europe, it was also different isms. Catholicism and Protestantism. It's just another way to divide people up, man. So butt the fuck up off me with this language shit. Because what they're trying, let me tell you what motherfucker tried to do. Let me tell you what Boogano tried to do. Can I tell you what that fucking idiot tried to do?
Let's go.
And then I'm going to let this man cook.
You're on mute.
See, this is what they try to do. They try to triangulate us, bro. They try to triangulate black folk. Because one dude is from fucking Ecuador or some shit, but he's really just from New York. And the other guy's some other nigga from New York. And they claim that I'm racist against Mexicans. The only fighter that I've ever said anything about is Mexican. Oh, no, actually, I never said anything about Canelo wasn't true. Actually, I never said I love Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. I never had no beef with no Mexicans. How in the fuck all of a sudden, because I say something about some niggas from New York, do I got some big problem with all of Mexico? Fuck out of here, dog. You just trying to drag motherfuckers in and use language as a way to fuck people over and get some pub. Okay? That's it. It was a pimp move because your boy got caught asking for $10 million. And guess what that's called? Tortious interference within contractual relations and anticipatory breach of contract on your whatever you want to be ass. And I called you and I said it. And Bob Arum knows it's true. Otherwise, why the fuck did Eddie Hearn go run away? But you mad and want to bring all of Mexico on my head. Man, get the fuck up out of here, man. Go ride. King ride, baby. Fuck out of my life, man. Oh, anyway. Drew, go ahead, man. Let me get this, see who's calling me, man. Oh, it's my wife. Hold on one second.
Yeah. I hope y'all hear. I hope y'all appreciate the education, man. You know, race relations are never going to get better in the world, not only in this country. It's never going to get better if we keep stooping low to nonsense. All right. And what we're actually talking about is insecure individuals pointing the finger and claiming racism when it's not. It's in plain view. It's in plain view. All right. You know, what they did to Champ's side is completely unacceptable. All right. He was very clear about his pound for pound list. The problem is it's very black, but it is what it is. All right. I think Chocolatito still has Chocolatito, ESPN has Chocolatito on their pound for pound list. How is he even there? I remember when he was on a pound for pound list ahead of Andre Ward when Andre Ward was active. I remember that shit. Where was the outrage for that? I mean, really? I mean, stop the nonsense, man. Come on, man. Racism? Because Canelo's not even on it? Get the fuck out of here. We're racist because we're calling out Teofimo Lopez for I mean, I don't get it. Didn't we just
Hey, you get it. Dude, let me get it to you.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been pissing on the WBC all fucking year, bro. We've been pissing on the WBC all year over Canelo.
Didn't we just thrash the everybody? Old media, new media, the LDBC. Didn't we just say, yo, what the fuck is this franchise championship shit? What is that? We just thrashed it, and now we're supposed to accept it? Why? Now it's okay? Now they're saying that Teal's the real unified champion? How?
Hey, who? Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to dominate.
I say at this point, I say fuck them. Here's what needs to happen. Here's what needs to happen. Fuck the WBC. All right. Tio says he has all the marbles. The WBC says he has all the marbles. Fine. You go ahead. You could rematch Nakatani. You could fight Ryan Garcia. You could fight whoever the fuck. Go fight over there. What I want now, I want Devin Haney versus Tank, because I don't even know why Ryan Garcia just got up off the floor to have a win. Congratulations to him, but now he's a major player. What did Ryan do to deserve Tank? How about that? Why is no one asking that? What did Ryan do? Y'all like to ask these questions, right? What the fuck did Ryan do other than have 2.1 million subs on Instagram?
You know what he did.
What'd he do?
Dude, you know what he did. Say what he did. You know what he did.
Dare I say?
Mi pelo malo. You know what that is? See,
Nope.
me, I was born with mi pelo malo. Nappy ass shit, right? Nobody confused me for nothing else till I went bald. But see, my other family, they were born with pretty green eyes. They were born with really straight noses, and some have really, and they look extremely, extremely Greek. Ryan Garcia looks extremely, extremely Spanish. Oscar De La Hoya looks extremely Spanish. Canelo Alvarez looks extremely Spanish. He does not look like, say, Salvador Sanchez or Mikey Garcia or anybody like that. And they call him the golden boy. And then they sell him to the girls because that's what y'all find sexy.
Yep.
Do you know who, and I have to tell you this because somebody's going to probably crack a joke. Do you know who I almost never, ever would show my wife on a video because I'm jealous? Because I know she would find him attractive. And I would be like, because I'm jealous.
Oh.
Jamal Charlo. Almost every black woman that I've shown Jamal Charlo a picture of when he's just chilling, they're like, damn, he is beautiful. I've heard people actually say about the Charlo brothers, women in my family, they are beautiful. And I was like, they never say that shit in the media. They never talk about how that there's a bunch of women that find Andre Ward attractive. Or that there's a bunch of people that find Deontay Wilder attractive. See, Deontay Wilder was shaking his ass in front of a group of women in the South. I know what that's about. That was a bunch of girls, shake your ass, shake that ass. And he was like, shake that ass. You know what that's about? That's about a bunch of women asking him to dance for them because they find him sexy. So he was like, fuck it, I'll be sexy for you. That's what women do. My boy in the South would dance for girls all the time. He would get on the motherfucking stage and do them. You remember them MC Hammer hip moves and all that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Them dudes got all kind of shit off that. But no, you just don't understand, dog, that the only thing that women wouldn't find attractive about any particular boxer usually is this. The center of their face. But other than that, they all find them attractive, which is why they fight with no shirts on. But only certain people are attractive. I always find that really interesting. Muhammad Ali is attractive. Why is Muhammad Ali so super fucking attractive and other dudes aren't? I know that there were people that thought Joe Frazier looked very nice. I know women that were like, nah, man, Joe Frazier's the nigga that I wanted because he looks like a rough.
Why we got to be deemed
That's what they liked.
Why we got to be deemed as allegedly homosexual when we're dancing for women?
Exactly, because they ain't never had no women ask them to dance for him. But see, that's his brother. See, look, here, hold on, man. Hold on. But that's his brother. That's his brother, though.
I never would take a picture like that with my brother.
That's his brother. That's reasonable. That's his brother.
I'll never do that with my brother.
I have never done that with my brother or taken a picture with my brother like that. But that is that man's brother.
Deontay's dancing for a bunch of women.
Exactly.
You see how crazy it gets?
Exactly.
Stupid, right?
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, it's stupid, right? So that's his brother. So that can't be gay. I could say, oh no, incest. But that can't be gay, right? That can't be incest because that's his brother, right? Deontay's goofing around with family and women are asking him to do a silly dance. He does it. And y'all haters went crazy. Y'all are out y'all fucking. Yeah, I mean, goddamn, how far are y'all gonna reach? All right, you don't like the guy. I get it. You want to see him gone. I get it. Still makes you an asshole, though. Stop already. Hey, it's ridiculous.
So you breached the champ side thing, right? I don't usually talk about champ side, but I got to talk about champ side today.
Yo, listen,
I've
man.
never met him, and I never wanted to talk about champ side. I don't like talking about people that I've never actually met. So I've never met champ side, never spoke to champ side. Saw his pound for pound list and thought, I like it. And you know what I thought too? That's brave. Mm-hmm. Because you have it half black. And I don't even know who was the European he had on there. Did he have a European on there?
Better be if it's on there. You know what?
The one that should be on there? So he had the one that should be on there, Beterbiev. Who the fuck is a better European fighter than Arthur Beterbiev? Like, Beterbiev's a fucking monster. I got him on mine. I don't have Gennady.
You on
You know
mute?
what I'm saying? There ain't no Gennady because there's not Gennady Golovkin. Dude, he had Manny Pacquiao on there.
No, wait. I'm sorry.
What?
It wasn't Beterbiev. It was Caleb Plant.
Okay.
Josh
What's up?
Taylor is number 7.
Okay.
Then he got
They deserve
Teofimo
it.
at number 5. He
But
got Manny
Beterbiev's
Pacquiao
not on
4.
there?
Nah, Beterbiev's not on it. That was my mistake.
I would have taken Beterbiev, but if you don't agree with Beterbiev, that's cool. Those are reasonable guys. Shit, what is it? One's a unified champion, and who's the other one?
All right, let me go in order.
Okay.
Number 1, Spence.
Before you do it, though,
Uh-huh.
there's a difference between bias and being reasonable and being unreasonable. If something is unreasonable, you can say, I think that's unreasonable. Because I can't see any logic that would lead him to believe that. That's when you're being unreasonable. Bias is bullshit. That's just you trying to label me and get in my head. But if he's being reasonable, what's wrong? But what's number 1?
Errol Spence Jr., and I agree with that.
Reasonable.
Okay.
I'm just going to say reasonable. Reasonable.
Number 2, Jamel Charlo.
Reasonable.
Very reasonable. Number 3, Bud Crawford.
Reasonable.
Number 4, Manny Pacquiao.
Reasonable.
Number 5, Teofimo Lopez.
Reasonable.
Number 6, Gervonta Davis.
Reasonable.
Number 7, Josh Taylor.
Reasonable.
Number 8, Shakur Stevenson.
I don't agree with that, but reasonable.
Okay. Number
Off
9,
talent,
Jamal.
and I'll tell you why it's reasonable.
Okay.
It's reasonable off talent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can say what logic. Can I just give it 1 second?
Yeah.
See, because I want to go through the project besides of being logical. I would say, okay, I don't see that. But what could it be? Oh, shit, he's about to be a 2-division champion. He won at 130. He's fucking can fight his ass off. Everybody's saying he's a future all-time great. That's what multiple people have said. Andre Ward, a Hall of Famer, said that he's a future all-time great. I got him. I understand the logic. I think it's reasonable. What's next?
Number 9, Jamal Charlo.
Very reasonable, because motherfuckers is ducking him like COVID. He need to change. I wouldn't tell him to change his name to COVID. But God, dog, motherfucker ducking, that nigga be wearing masks when that nigga walk in the room. Just as soon as he walk in, Jamal Charlo's coming in the room. I don't want to catch that shit. Hey, do not want to catch no Charlo ass whooping. Fucking right. But was that it though?
No, number 10 is Caleb Plant. I'll take that.
I like Caleb Plant. I like David Benavidez better, but it's reasonable.
Right. There's a couple of people you could have.
It's more
Put it to the table.
reasonable than, I don't know, Juan Carlos Estrada, the Ant-Man with a bunch of losses, and I don't give a fuck about.
Chocolatito.
Here, man.
But
Huh?
but Chocolatito beat Brian Valoria.
Hey, I like Chocolatito though. But see, let me tell you what the problem with that is. Let's name the countries. Name the first country.
America.
What's the second country?
America.
What's the third country?
America.
What's the fourth country?
Philippines.
What's the next country?
America.
What's the next country?
America.
5 Americans. So 1 non-America.
UK.
5 to 2.
America.
8.
Yep.
That's right, because you only put 2 foreign fighters on there.
Wow.
Unlike everybody else that is told they have to give some Ant-Man way out in fucking Timbuk 2 that ain't nobody ever watched. His pace on the line. Let's also look at the promotional companies. I'm going to tell you why they don't like it. What's the promotional companies?
Okay. We got Man Down. We got what is the Charlos call that shit? Lion Promotion?
Lions
the
only.
Charlos.
Or Lions only.
Lions
only. Man down, Lions only.
Mm-hmm. Top Rank. Manny Pacquiao, what do you call his promotion?
MP. Just put PBC. Do PBC.
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 Top Rank.
So 3 PBCs. Start again. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, start from the beginning.
Makes more sense.
Oh, all right. All right, so Manny Pacquiao's MP. Okay, top rank. TMT.
No. Go to the front and just put everybody that fights on fight. Do networks. If it's over on the PBC side, just put PBC side or non-PBC.
Okay, so we got PBC, top rank, PBC, top rank, PBC. Who the fuck is Josh Taylor? I'm sorry.
Top rank,
yeah. Top rank, PBC. 6-4
PBC, dog. I'm surprised he lived to the end of the day yesterday. I'm surprised they ain't sent motherfucking army to his door trying to put to put that many American fighters and that many PBC guys on a pound for pound list. That's unreasonable. See, that's the unreasonable, not any in particular person. The problem is the totality of the list. There ain't nobody from Golden Boy. There ain't nobody from the Zone. I don't know. Why in the fuck would you put a heavyweight on there? I still don't get. But other people say put him on there. So whatever. He doesn't. How many heavyweights on there? Is there Tyson Fury? Oh, let's look at another one. Is Tyson Fury on there?
Nope.
Canelo on there?
No. And that's where the attack came in at.
No. Those are drug cheats. So he didn't put Tyson Fury on there because he's a drug. That's why I wouldn't put him on there, because I'm saying, is it reasonable not to put him on there? Right? So if they're attacking him because if they want to attack his pound for pound, and go look at his pound, subscribe to Champside. Follow Champside. I don't want to talk about his shit and not give him a plug. Please follow Champside on all social medias. Follow him on his YouTube channel. Whatever you do, donate on his super chat. I'm pretty sure he comes on daily in the evenings. Often in the evenings, super chat him, all that good stuff, man. Show that man a lot of love. I don't want to talk about him but the subject was so over fucking Twitter, I couldn't avoid it. But no, dude, those are all reasonable. But what's unreasonable is the fact that, I'm sorry, man, he didn't give. How many people from Mexico were on there?
None.
Ooh, they might not like that non-Mexican angle.
Yeah, and that's why they attacked him and started calling them all kinds of monkeys.
Oh, but who are the Mexicans that he left off?
Canelo.
Let's go through the best Mexican fighters in the world. Canelo. I wouldn't put him on there. I'd have him as number one pound for pound if one thing had not happened. If he had not tested positive for Combuterol, but he tested positive. Tyson Fury's not on there for 2 reasons for me. Because number 1, he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, and number 2,
he's a heavyweight.
And number 2, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Because he's bigger than everybody that he's ever fought in his life. Why would I give somebody pound for pound when he's 10 inches taller than a normal man and outweighs everybody? And I suspect him of being on HGH now. I mean, I'm saying, no, I'm not going to put a guy on a pound for pound list because he's bigger than everybody. That's like giving somebody a lifetime achievement award because his daddy gave him $1 billion. Nigga, your lifetime achievement is that your daddy gave you $1 billion? I am very impressed, and I hope that my son can duplicate that. However, no, you ain't getting this award. Not getting a vote for me. But come on, man. Tyson Fury he's a drug cheat. And he is. He served a suspension. But that's what it is, I do believe, Drew. What's your take?
Fuck Tyson Fury. That's my take. But no heavyweight. See, a lot of you people, y'all don't even understand what the pound for pound list is, why it was invented. You don't know. All right. It was invented to give other people credit below the heavyweight division. It was created for Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson, because there's no way you can compare the lighter weight classes to the heavyweight champion of the world. So they said, we need to give these guys in the lower weight classes the same amount of credit. So let's create something called the pound for pound. Like pound for pound, the Ant is like the strongest creature in the world, pound for pound. It could pull.
On that mug.
Yeah. It could pull like 8 times its body weight. Can you imagine you being a grown person being able to pick up 8 times your body weight? You're a fucking superhero. An ant can do that. But what is an ant compared to you? What the fuck is... All right, whatever, man. I ain't even going to respond to that.
See, that's why I shouldn't have said that. That's why I don't niggas don't ever bring up that subject. Because it brings the man fans. And see, that's another thing. If you don't think black men are found attracted by people, damn, I guarantee you half of these dudes over here acting like mwahs. Like them. God, dog, can't get rid of them.
Listen, man, I saw... I forgot where I saw this at, but there was one chat that went crazy, and they started... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Hey, BBG. Fury being on pound for pound is a slight to Wilder and us. No, I'll tell you what the slight to Wilder and us was. And I don't even care that I don't even care that Ryan Garcia did it. It was acting like Dillian White and Tyson Fury in the same fucking day. First, he comes out on the same throne as Tyson Fury. That's a slap in the face. But okay, you must be trying to incite some shit. But whatever, who cares? And then King Ray, dog, why you biting off King Ray? Like, I like King Ray, but I like the real King Ray. You know who King Ray is? The real King Ray is?
No.
King Ray Martinez? Ray Martinez? What is it? Isn't Ray King in Spanish? It's the little Mexican dude who I want to put on my pound for pound list because I like him. But, man, I like this dude. Little itty bitty dude that beat the piss out this UK dude, man. Like, the UK has been taking some serious ass whoopings from Mexico lately, dude. Like, for real, for real. Mexico has been... Do you know... Let me tell you the Mexican ass whoopings that have been put upon the UK. I'm telling you, dog, they own these dudes, man. They struck a deal or something, dog. They're like, look, dog, we ain't gonna lose to all these black fighters. We just gonna let the Mexicans whoop us, get this money. So they fed... Look, seriously. They fed, what's that little dude King Ray beat up? Lil Ray beat that boy up, dog. This little Edwards, Charlie Edwards or some shit like that. He was one of the UK champions. Dog, I swear to goodness, nigga. Lil King Ray at like an 100 and what is he, like 100 and... Dude, he's below 115. I think he's at 112. Julio Cesar Martinez, yeah. Dog, that little dude is a beast, bro. You got to check him out. Seriously. He's like... Like, you ever heard that David Chappelle comedy sketch where he was like, he was driving through the hood in the midnight and there was a little baby sitting out on the corner selling weed? Yeah. I swear that's that baby. I swear that's that baby, dog. Every time I look at him, I think of that joke. Like, that little motherfucker would look just like a little baby out there selling weed, talking about, hey, I got babies to take care of. Yeah, dog. That's King Ray. King Ray a monster, dude. You definitely got to check him out, dog. Seriously. That little motherfucker's a monster. So my top Mexican fighters are King Ray, not in any particular order, like King Ray, Benavidez, because, Benavidez is, I don't know what Benavidez is. Just straight up. I don't know what Benavidez is. Is he Mexican? Is he Ecuadorian? I don't know what he claimed. But I think he claims Mexican, so he's Mexican. But sometimes they'll be funny about whether they accept you. You know what I'm saying? Like how sometimes people don't want to accept Andre Ward. Like, I'm trying to keep him in black people, and he's trying to leave.
Well, it don't matter, because as far as Canelo Alvarez is concerned, Canelo Alvarez said, I ain't ever fighting another Mexican fighter ever again.
Yeah, but that's God, dog. That's God speaking, dog. You can't do nothing but what God say. You know what I'm saying? When God say, that's Canelo Alvarez need to change the name to Sal God Alvarez. He need to just take the sun off that mug and just say God. Because what I say goes, period. I want to use this shit, I gotta use this shit. If I don't want to fight this dude, I don't have to fight that dude. If I don't want to fight a man there, make me a belt. Bitch, make me a belt. I'm telling you, dog, Canelo Alvarez is the biggest G in the history of boxing because I ain't never seen nobody just roll over people like that, dog. Like, roll over it. Roll over, mandatories.
And no one say anything. No one's gonna say anything. The difference with Floyd was everyone was screaming, "No, fight him! Fight this guy! Fight that guy! Fight that guy!" With Canelo, it's okay, it's okay. He can do what he wants. We're saying, "Yo, fight, man! How the fuck you going to 175, 168, leaving money on the table at 160, at 154, and all of this shit is accepted, man? Come on, man! Stop talking to us like we stupid." And, that's all right. We just want you to fight the best. And what do your fans do when you get left off the list? You call us monkeys. You call us monkeys. That's what the fuck you do. You did it to Champ side. I got offended reading that shit. I'm looking at it right now. That is crazy. You got to be all of that. We got to be monkeys because we left your drug cheating, fight ducking, coward ass. He's behaving like a coward.
But hold on, man. Just for a second here. In order to not spread venom, this is my personal opinion, and you guys can feel free to disagree. In order to not spread venom, I don't like to go to all the people that got infected. I just want to know who the motherfuckers are that is spreading that bullshit. Because the people that spread it are the fucking problem. And and I know Teofimo Lopez Sr. had my name in his mouth for some reason. And I'm like, dude, all this shit about this stuff is coming from Teofimo Lopez Sr.? And some fucking bozo that lives somewhere in fucking who knows fuck where? Well, I know people know exactly where, but I don't want to know where he lives. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's it. Dude, you give a Cinco de Mayo belt away. That ain't nothing but a commercial ploy, bro. That is some bullshit. Just like this is some bullshit. Okay? This ain't no different than the Cinco de Mayo belt. One was the carrot, the other's the stick. If this is how people tend to behave, and you can say if you've seen this in your life, if you've not seen it in your life, hey man, I'm wrong for you. But most times that I've experienced with people in authority is that they first try the carrot, which is that I will give you a reward. And if you do not respond to the carrot, they will try to pull out a stick and they will hit you. That is what I'm used to dealing with and seeing when I deal with authority. And I think you will see that everywhere that you deal with authority. If you pay your taxes, they love you. If you do not, they will take a motherfucking stick and jam it into your bank account and shut your life down. Carrot and the stick. Oh, we will give you this Cinco de Mayo belt if black people will just stop pointing out the fact that we fucking them over. But if you don't, we have to pull out this stick, which is called the media. And a bunch of, you're a bad guy, you're a bad guy.
Yep.
But like I said, I have no shame. What is that? Can I lecture for about 4-minute lecture, mini lecture?
Let's get it.
You sure, man? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Let's get it.
Nah, never mind, dog. I forgot already. I'm sick of these niggas. It's just on so many different levels, dog. So many different levels. It's just corny, man. Just stop mistreating people, dude. Stop mistreating people, man. What's your thoughts, Drew?
Stop being insecure. That's it. This is boxing. We have an opinion. Just because we have an opinion on a fighter doesn't mean we hate the fighter's ethnicity. That's fucking dumb. That's fucking dumb. All right? And that shows a level of ignorance on you motherfuckers in. And I'm talking to the people that play that role. All right? I'm talking to you motherfuckers. Stop acting like this guy Canelo's perfect. He's not. Stop acting like Tyson Fury's perfect. He's not. All right? Everything that we point out about what they've done is true. Heavyweights aren't supposed to be on the pound for pound list, but if you want to put them there, you want to put Tyson Fury there based off of what? Based off of what? You want to put him there based off of what? You know what he did. If you want to put cheaters in your pound for pound list, guess what? Their list is subjective. Put up yours. Why are you getting mad at someone putting up theirs? I've seen so many dumbass. Listen, I'll put Clubber Lang on my pound for pound list and justify why he should be there and make it make sense to you. Fuck out of here.
Black Steel said they think they'll lose money if they have all black champs. Look, man, I think their friends will talk very badly about them if they have too many black people around. I think it's a natural thing in our country. And I don't think it matters regardless of what it is. Churches are segregated in the United States. Churches. Okay? We are not segregated. Desegregation did not ever happen. All right? There's not even going to go into the history of it. That's where we are. And I describe for you the mentality of people that do not like people. And this is a first boxing story. Let me tell you why your boy Tom Melano got robbed in the first boxing match ever. The first major international boxing match ever, which is quite honestly extremely similar to Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, with the grand exception that one took place in the UK and the other one took place in the United States. Tom Cribb was the popular UK champion. Tom Melano, whose name is not really Tom Melano, he's probably, not a lot of people know who he really was, was probably a slave from the United States and was probably learned how to fight in like battle royales where you tie their hands behind their eyes closed, give them one arm and make them all fight each other. Those type of things are just fight to the death slave bets on plantations. You know the things that we learned how to fight. You know the reasons why we fight like we fight, because we fought each other to the death for the enjoyment of our owners. Like dogs in a dog fighting pit. That's where boxing comes from. Here. We were dogs in the dog fight pit. That's why they still call each other dogs. Because we would fight, and we still to this day fight for the enjoyment of our masters. But they don't want to confuse when they become the master any individual. Whether it be an individual named Oscar de la Hoya or an individual named Don King or Flo or whoever you want to name. Once you start fighting for your master, you are fighting for your master. You are in a stable, just like the horses, just like the dogs. Go look at a dog show. Go look at a dog video. Where are they? They're in a pen. If it was all a pen is a stable for dogs, because they don't need that big a space because they're not that fucking big. Okay, the parlance, the language is all the same. The nomenclature is the same, and it's not on accident, homie. Rich men had beef with each other, and they didn't want to kill each other. So they grabbed two of their niggas and threw them in a cage and bet some fucking money and talked shit about who had the stronger crop of nigga with the bigger Johnson. That's the raw. Boxing, on the other hand, started in the UK. And American blacks left the United States to go there and fight. Starting with Bill Richmond, followed by Tom Mellenwall, then other ones like young Mellenwall, and a series of other fighters that you ain't never heard of. And Tom Mellenwall was cheated when a gang of Scots, I do believe they were Scots. If it was wrong, forgive me. But wherever Tom Cribb was, Tom Mellenwall was whooping his ass. And that gang jumped into the ring and was going to kill everybody. So they said, whoa, 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 whoa. That's why you have ropes. The ropes are not there to keep the fighters' backs up. It's to keep niggas from running in that motherfucker and killing people.
Yep.
Didn't know that, did you? But you know boxing, huh? You don't even know the symbolism of the sport that you're in. Ken Wood, suck a dick up till you hiccup, homie. Close us out, Drew. We got 5 minutes. You love to shut me up, don't you? Even when I got a co-host. I don't shut him up. His flows go, my flows go. Go ahead, man.
I'm like right now. I'm texting a friend of mine. He's from L.A. He's Mexican American. My boy Xavier, and he got into it a bit with Champside. I'm reading the text right now. I'm explaining to him because he's not aware what happened with the pound for pound list. He's not aware what happened. And Xavier's my dude. I'll have him on my show soon. You know, he knows boxing. He knows his boxing. But he's asking me, oh, what happened with Champside? He honestly doesn't he doesn't know what happened. So I'm explaining to him what happened on a text. But you know, look, man, you see how things get misconstrued. You know, you see how things can get messed up. You see how we have to discuss race and we get away from the sport that we love, or because certain people have an agenda. Look, we just didn't like the franchise status. Now all of a sudden we justify it because why? Teofimo has it. All right. Is anyone calling the WBC racist, by the way? Has anyone done that yet? Has Franchon Cruz?
No. Matter of fact, I think I've said, dude, you Mexican. What are you talking about? I don't even think, what oppression are they flying upon me? I just think they're getting over. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I am cutting you off. Thank you, man.
You know, as a person of color, because a lot of you people don't know my entire ethnicity either.
Were you Haitian?
Nope.
What?
No.
You're not gonna tell me?
No. I'm a mutt. I'll just to let y'all know, I'm a mutt. All right. I'm just dark skinned. Okay. But anyway, like when I do take my hair out, it's very curly. I'll just say that.
Funny how they do that, ain't that?
Yeah, ain't that strange? But listen,
like
man.
Dave Chappelle. I didn't know Dave Chappelle had like straight hair. Never knew that.
Don't.
It's crazy.
You know? I mean, look. Things exist. We exist off of reactions. The LDBC exists off of a reaction. All right? Black Panther Party exists off of a reaction. We didn't just jump up and say, we're going to take over. No. We said, oh, man, we're getting done dirty. And then we have to unite so that we can take care of each other. It's a reaction. Every action has a reaction. We just hated the franchise status. Now all of a sudden we love it because of who has it now. And the WBC just went from saying, no, it's not a real label to, oh, no, now he has all the marbles. No, he don't. That's what I'm saying. Devin Haney doesn't need to be fucking around and waiting on Teofimo, because now Teofimo, where I thought he was about that life, now he's playing politics. So you know what? Let him play politics. Let him fight Ryan Garcia. Let them stay over there with their shit. I want Devin Haney versus Tank. That's the fight I want next. Since they let them play politics, because we're the fans, right? We want to see the best fight the best. All right. So while they're playing politics, I swear to God, all I wanted was for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao to retire so boxing can go back to fucking normal. And I'll be goddamn if that didn't happen. As soon as they leave, now we got to deal with AJ and Wilder and all this other shit. Look, fuck the politics. Tank versus Haney. I don't give a shit about anything else. Tank versus Haney. Let them play let Ryan go ahead and fight Teofimo and get destroyed, because Teo's gonna bust his ass. Ryan's not ready. But since he's a star, let them do that. The WBC prefers that anyway. So let them create a belt for Ryan, as a matter of fact. The Achievement Award in 2021, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. All right, Athletic Pretty Boy Achievement Award. Fine. Let them go over there. I want Devin Haney versus Tank in 2021. And I want a trilogy. Fuck them. We don't need them. Throw that WBC shit in the trash. They've discredited themselves eons ago. So fuck them. And fuck you if you don't agree with me. I don't care.
Hey, man. But look, man, let's bounce up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll check you guys out tomorrow. Right now, make sure you guys go check out my man 78 Sports TV, who's coming up next. And with that, we out.
Oh, wait. We're supposed to have Devin Alexander here tomorrow.
I don't think he's showing.
I'm waiting on a response. I'm keeping hope alive. I'm looking forward to talking to the brother, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. All right, man. Oh, and also, thank you to Jamel Herring for reaching out on Twitter. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. I their time out to say something to me. That means a lot, man. Even if, and I hope I wasn't too brisk. I didn't try to be brisk at all, but I want to let you know, man, it means a lot to have a world champion actually reach out to you. Even if we don't agree, man, you know, a Marine and a champion, that means a lot to me, man. And with that, we out. Peace.